On August 22nd of 1963, the Griffin family was camping in their trailer with their two children, Susan, 5 years old, and Donald, 4 years old, in Deer Creek Camping Ground in California. They all woke up in the morning and the mother was preparing breakfast at around 8:30 a.m. when they realized Donald was missing. The family first started to search the surrounding area, and after not finding Donald, they started looking at the wider area. After shouting Donald's name for a while and not getting a response, they decided to call the authorities. Within 24 hours, there was 200 searchers in the area, including the search and rescue team, sheriffs, and volunteers. The search and rescue team leader was frustrated since they couldn't find any footprint or any trace of Donald. Canine dogs were brought into the area as well, but they couldn't pick up a scent. In the early morning of the fourth day of the search, the team was walking a trail that was above the elevation level necessary, but they still wanted to search the area. As they were walking the path, they found Donald. He was 6 miles from his campsite and 3,000 feet higher in elevation. Donald was fairly in a good condition despite being out for 4 days. The search team was puzzled by their findings because they searched this area multiple times before and they didn't see Donald at those times. Also, there was no footprint on the trail, and it was obvious Donald had to take the rugged wilderness path with thick vegetation to reach to where he was found. Donald never explained what he was doing during those 4 days and how he ended up in the area they found him. On March 28 of 1993, the 13 years old Brad Lavis was hiking with his friends and family on the LeConte Trail in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. In the late afternoon, the group was walking uphill to reach a waterfall, when suddenly the group realized Brad was missing. It's worth mentioning that the trail they were walking on is well marked and hard to miss. The group looked around for him and then the parents went downhill and notified the authorities. The National Park System officials asked the army for help and the army responded. They sent out 5 helicopters with infrared sensors. They searched for 6 days with the help of the helicopters and 150 backcountry experts. On the 6th day, they found Brad's body in a steep and rugged area 1.5 miles off the trail he was walking on. Investigations claimed he fell to his death, but it also showed he had to walk a very steep and thickened area with vegetation to reach an area of elevation and fall to his death. Everyone involved were puzzled by Brad's death since they couldn't find a reason why would he go to such a steep and rugged area to fall to his death. On the last week of October in 1996, Michael Malinowski was attending a psychology conference in West Chester, Pennsylvania. Michael was divorced and had 1 kid. He was a clinical psychologist whose ex-wife and son lived in San Francisco. He was a caring father who communicated with his son on a regular basis. Michael attended the psychology conference and then decided to travel to the Pine Tree Lodge. The lodge was built in 1930 and is surrounded by thousands of acres of state and federal land. It's in the middle of Pennsylvania wild country. Every cabin has a covered porch and is known for fishing and hunting activities. Michael checked into the lodge, ate dinner and spent the night there. He even called his roommate that night to tell him he was okay and he'll be back in a couple of days. Michael had booked the lodge for 2 nights, but he never showed up for his second night. The lodge worker who was cleaning his room saw his bed wasn't made and he left items in the room. The lodge called the police after he didn't show up. On November 2nd of 1996, 7 days after Michael's disappearance, forestry workers found Michael's Nissan Sentra parked at the trail access point. They found a pair of hiking boots lying on the floor of the car along with a box of half-eaten snacks and water. Michael's cell phone was in a backpack on the seat and there was a classical tape in the stereo. The search and rescue team, along with the sheriff deputies, didn't find any evidence of Michael. The commander of search and rescue team stated this was the first time they didn't find the missing. He said they always find the body at least. None of his credit cards and social security number showed any activity since his disappearance. Michael was never found.